Last time on Runaway, Josh was an idiot, so now we need help from this man in a bear suit. This game is weird. Alright. Professor Simon's house. Get a berry.
No.
Ah. You could use them. On our enemies. What am I doing here? Oh. It's up there. Talk to you again. Don't think I need any of that.
Okay.
Might need to smell like a bear of some kind, but I don't think it has to be anytime soon. I'd rather not fondle with bear shit.
I'm gonna go check on Joshua.
Alright, here's what we're gonna do. We're gonna siphon this gas.
That makes no sense. This is gonna leave a gross aftertaste, but oh well.
Siphon that gas!
Yuck! Talk about needing a mint. It isn't full, but that should do. I bet the chainsaw won't run on just gasoline alone.
Okay, gasoline and spirits, I guess? Weird. I would have thought spirits would be like a makeshift gasoline, but no, we're gonna actually need to combine it with gasoline. What up, Josh?
He is like totally out of it. I'll have to find some way to make him come to. Maybe a good slap would do the trick.
Yes! Wake up!
Joshua, wake up!
Smack him!
No, Mommy. Please let me sleep 5 more minutes, please. I was dreaming I was a super friend, and I was eating berries in the mountains of Alaska with Dorothy and Toto. It was so beautiful.
Okay. What?
Man, your zipper's open. I can see your Woody.
Daddy, no. I didn't kill little Woody. I swear. He flew into the path of my self-propelled intergalactic rocket on purpose. To break it. That woodpecker hated me, Daddy. The other day, he started pecking away while I tried to study for my math test. And now he screwed up my science project. I hope he's happy now, 'cause he did. I'm going to flunk science for the first time in kindergarten.
Huh? Trantor's been destroyed.
Trantor's been destroyed by a huge meteor.
No! Say it isn't true.
Yeah, the berries contain trantonite, which took away your superpowers.
Ryan, what you are saying is scientifically impossible. So stop making things up. While I am flattered that you think I have superpowers, you must be wrong. My superior smarts weren't created by any supernatural device. They're just due to the bubbling mix of supercharged genes that gave me an extra large brain. Now, I won't deny that Tranto has sublimated my ripped mental muscles, but I've been a genius since I was a kid. Pretty cool stuff, huh? You know I built a rocket that pierced through the Earth's stratosphere when I was only 8? Well, it would have anyway, if it hadn't been for that fine feathered kamikaze. Stupid air rat.
Wow.
Nothing's happened to Trantor. You just need to eat some raw salmon to remember the password.
Raw salmon? A lunatic wouldn't eat that.
Not even with some W ketchup and freedom fries?
Yuck! I can't stand ketchup. What I really like doesn't go with salmon. I'm more of a fiend for chocolate, shakes, vanilla ice cream, donuts, peanut butter, apple pie, maple syrup, caramel smoothies.
You have to do it. It's completely necessary.
Well, guess what? I'm not gonna.
Fuck you then.
Is there no way to convince you?
No, Brian. I am a civilized person. A decent Tranto-Japanese American. And I don't eat raw animals. You think I'm some sort of polar bear?
What?
What did you say you are? A Tranto what?
Trantor Japanese American. A resident of Trantor. Of Japanese origin. Born in the United States. Quite a mix, isn't it?
Okay.
Japanese? So you do have some Japanese blood in you?
Of course. What do you think? My ancestors were samurais. I believe my grandpa's the one who came to the States. But I haven't really studied the family tree.
Well, if you're Japanese whatever, you must love sushi, right?
Oh, hi, Brianson. Mackerel, tuna, halibut, octopus. It's almost the only gourmet food I enjoy, besides desserts.
What about salmon? Do you dig salmon sushi?
Well, if there's nothing else swimming around, yeah, I'll eat it with pleasure. By the way, did I mention I'm dying of starvation?
I'll get you a salmon, or my name's not Brian. Don't you worry, you'll be getting ready for the most delicious plate of sushi you've ever had in a jiffy.
Oh, dear Brian. We geniuses don't cook. If nobody's around to make our meals, we just order out for pizza or bite our nails. But under no circumstances would we waste any time on something as mundane as cooking.
Wow, he was hard to convince, but this is better than nothing. I have no choice but to look for someone who will teach me to make salmon sushi.
Oh, this is weird.
What a weird table. The legs must have broken and someone replaced them with a barrel.
Yep, there's a fish up there. Oil can.
Cool item. Granny used to have one just like it. Okay, if there's any oil inside, I might be able to use it. Looks like it's not full, but there's a little bit inside. I'll take it.
Anything else I missed? Tunic?
Bears an amazing resemblance to a monk's outfit. I remember when Gina had to put on a nun's outfit too. Well, forget it. That's a whole nother story.
You said that way too pervy, like. Cup.
Let's see. There's something in the bottom that must have been coffee with cream at some point. But now it looks more like a kid's science project.
Take it.
I'd rather not take the risk. Who knows? It could blow up at any moment.
You're a pussy. Alright, I think we're... Bucket. Take the bucket.
Get that? No way, Jose.
Why not? Look at it.
Maybe it contains something interesting.
Better?
Ugh, I'd rather not tell you what's inside.
Oh god, it's a shit bucket. Yeah, you can leave that. Alright, let's see. I think I can oil the chainsaw.
I don't want to carry that around if it's sticky with oil.
Sticky with oil.
This dull knife would hardly make a mark. With this bladeless rack, besides requiring a huge effort, I can't even think of a good reason to do this.
Okay. Just... Oh, maybe I can call someone.
It's the latest in cell phone technology, but unfortunately nobody provides any service for it yet.
Are you serious? That's what you're gonna do?
A conifer forest, pretty common in this part of Alaska. No, I don't see anything interesting in that direction.
So your reason for no cell phones in this game is because his is too advanced for current technology? I don't know what to say about that.
Who is it?
Are y'all aware of how close God's kingdom is? May I offer you some literature from the Jehovah's Witnesses?
The man who knows does not speak.
He does not speak because the truth is he doesn't know.
Not interested.
Damn!
Obviously, I'm not getting in without that password.
That was a pretty decent guess, actually. You were like my only hope here.
Listen, Ben.
What's up?
I need to catch fish. Ah,
You wouldn't happen to know how to make sushi, would you?
Well, as you guessed, I don't know how. And go figure, because I've been to Japan a couple of times, but I know nothing beyond traditional cooking. In steak with mashed potatoes, I have eyes for nothing more.
And I'm assuming you don't have a book with the recipe for salmon sushi?
For sushi? Not as I recall. But if you want, I have a great one for grilled salmon. I could win the Iron Chef with that recipe, especially if the salmon's fresh.
Do you know anyone in this area who knows how to make it?
If anyone would know about that, it's Professor Simon's cook. I think he's from China, somewhere around there. But today, here's his day off, so I doubt you'll find him around. Well, then there's Archibald, but if I were you, I wouldn't want to meet him.
Archibald? Who's that?
Some say he's either Bigfoot, a serial killer, a 200-pound gremlin, or a war criminal. People say the darndest things. Satch, the pizza guy from Sicily, says he saw him a short while back. He was coming to deliver some pizzas to me when he heard a noise in the back of his pickup. When he got out, he saw a running shadow and chased it until he lost sight of it. When he returned to the pickup, they'd stolen the pizzas and opened up the engine. He couldn't get the pickup started, so he had to leave it around here somewhere. He's sure it was Archibald, but actually it could have been anybody.
And that's the truck I just stole the gas from. Cool.
Do you know what Archibald looks like?
The last thing I heard is he's 6'7", has a flat head, green skin, and a body full of scars.
Do you have any idea how I can find him?
No, pal. You don't find Archibald. He finds you. You may be asking yourself, why is Ben saying that? Well, because that's what happened to me. Not once, but twice.
Oh, you've seen him.
So, you say you've seen Archibald?
No, amigo. I didn't tell you I had seen him, but that I'd been with him. As for seeing him the way I see you now, never.
That sounded creepy.
What happened the first time you met Archibald?
The first time? Oh yeah, it was Christmas Eve. I picked up my guitar, went out on the balcony, sipped down a mug of beer, and started singing A Christmas Carol. I hadn't finished the first bar when I felt a sharp object in my back, as a whispering voice told me,
John Lennon sang Christmas carols much better than you, and look where he ended up. Your end may be much more cruel and imaginative.
I stopped playing and asked, You're Archibald, aren't you? But there was nobody there.
What happened the second time he found you?
I was sitting here having a beer when I recognized his voice.
I'm going to give you some emergency anesthesia. If you move, I'll leave you dumber than you are now.
I felt something hit my head, and I fell to the floor. When I woke up, I saw I'd been blindfolded. Well, actually, I didn't see it, but you get my drift. I said, Where am I? Who are you? What do you want from me? I thought my kidnapper was a competing bear scientist, so I yelled, You'll never get me to tell you my theory, no matter how hard you torture me. But that wasn't the deal. He said his name was Archibald, and that he was a chef. He just invented a tarantula venom salsa, and he wanted to experiment with me to see if the venom was still poisonous after being boiled. Thank goodness it wasn't. But it was quite a laxative.
Ew.
You have no clue about where his house is?
Well, no. I've scoured the area many times, but I can't ever seem to find it. I'm starting to suspect he lives in a hole, like a bunny rabbit.
Well, let's stop talking about Archibald for now.
As you wish, but don't ever call him Archie. He gets mad with rage.
Okay.
You mentioned some...
Well, I'm not sure. I may have told you about them.
I already know all those.
Okay.
Alright, so I probably need to get a bear head. Need to find Archibald. Let's try to lure him in with music.
Man, that's a great idea. If I play the right song, maybe I can get that Archibald guy to show up. I better go outside so he can hear me all right. Here we go.
Jingle bells, jingle all the way. Oh, what fun is it to ride on a one-horse open sleigh? Jingle bells, jingle all the way. Oh, what fun is it to ride on a one-horse open sleigh?
Hey, you! Darn. Wait for me to get...
That's too bad. His nose didn't even bleed.
Can you tell me why you just tried to do me bodily harm? Forget it. I don't feel like arguing. You must be Archibald from what I've heard.
Well, you must be a moron. And from what I've heard, a worse guitar player than your father.
So, how is it you met my father?
From hearing him play on that very balcony there. Or isn't your pop that bird brain with the bears?
No, I believe you're mistaken. Wazowski's not my dad.
I'd swear you guys were family. I find it hard to believe backward evolution is widespread among humans.
Hey, he doesn't look like...
The same ape-like expression on your face, the same lack of musical knowledge, and bad taste from the look of your clothing. No, there are just too many coincidences.
Listen, Archibald, I'm warning you that...
All right then, let's look at it from a more entertaining perspective. I know a game called Give Me One Reason Why You Shouldn't Die at this very moment. You'd like it. The end's supposed to be a killer.
What? Are you actually a serial killer?
I need you to tell me how to make sushi.
I don't have to explain anything to you. Did you explain to me about the expired syrup they gave you when you were born?
Wow, man. You guys have some insults.
You have to help me. My friend got sick from some wild berries, and you're the only one who can whip up the antidote.
You got the wrong idea about me, mister. Even though I'm smarter than most of them, I'm not a doctor.
I've heard you're a whiz in the kitchen.
Mister, I am much, much more than that.
Where'd you learn to cook?
By cooking. How else do you think people learn? But of course, I studied at the finest schools in Paris with the greatest chefs. All I can say is, though, they learn more from me than me from them.
You must have worked in the finest restaurants, I'm sure.
Yes, all the ones they won't let the likes of you into. But I grew tired of half-baked cooks stealing my recipes and using them to get the best reviews in the Guide Michelin.
You're a dick.
The truth is, looking at you here, it's hard to picture you in a white apron and a chef's hat.
Hey kid, I can easily picture you in a shroud lying in your coffin.
Anyway, getting back to what I was saying...
Good lord, what an annoying person. If I'd known, I would have acted like a sane individual and made you swallow that bleach.
Oh, God.
Do you know Professor Simon?
The best thing I can say about him is, I hardly know him. He doesn't bother me with nonsense, and he doesn't make a bunch of noise with a guitar. The guy is nice and quiet in his mansion. Doesn't bug anyone or show his face. Now that I think about it, I kinda like him.
So the only person you like is the guy you've never met.
I have money. If you help me out, I'll pay whatever you want.
Well, obviously there had to be something good about you. But I'm warning you, I don't come cheap. And I don't work for scraps.
Are you sure you can't teach me to make sushi?
I've mastered the art of cuisine, but I hate the world of education. You want to learn a trade, commit a crime, and sign up for a vocational course in prison. When they let you out, you'll know something useful other than fishing soap chips out of urinals, and you'll no longer be a parasite to society.
Wow. How about just go to school?
You charge that much for your services?
Price is a relative concept, kid. It depends who asks me, what they want, when they need it, and more than anything, what side of the bed I woke up on.
Are you familiar with making salmon sushi?
Does the Pope pray? Kid, you stand before the former chef of Japan's Imperial Palace, the man who introduced the West to sushi, tempura, and sake. And if that's the dish you want, it won't cost you a cent.
Oh, thanks a lot.
Yeah, because I can refuse to make it for you. I only work my cooking magic when I'm given each and every one of the proper ingredients, and I'm missing some essentials for sushi.
What ingredients go in sushi?
I don't see why I should tell you, but okay. It contains rice, nori algae, soy sauce, wasabi, ginger, a touch of sugar, a dash of salt, and in this case, salmon.
Which ingredients are you missing?
The salmon to start with, the nori, the wasabi, No, I guess I could achieve a similar effect if I mixed Dijon mustard with apple vinegar and some mint toothpaste. I think I have some soy sauce and ginger around here, so that would be it. Well, I don't have any chopsticks either, or a bamboo mat for rolling up the maki sushi.
I'm not 100% sure of all the ingredients that you're missing, but I could try to find them somewhere around here.
You don't know what the salmon nori chopsticks and bamboo mat look like? Your lack of culinary culture is at par with your IQ. Look around if you want, but I doubt you'll find them all.
Getting back to what you were saying,
You really like to analyze things in depth.
if we were to get all of the ingredients, how much would you charge me to make one dish of sushi?
That depends, kid. How much have you got?
Well, I do have a state-of-the-art cell phone with a 3CCD camera. It also hooks up to the net by WAP, has an MP3 player, a hairdryer, a GPS tracker, and a C3PO universal translator.
A phone? Who would I want to talk to? Plus, the cameras in cell phones can be activated by remote control, and the CIA guys are no dummies. I'd rather keep an eye on you, just in case one day your idiocy grows to dangerous levels.
I have a lot of money.
It's not about what I have on me, but rather what you'll be taking away with you. I will make you the recipient of my eternal gratitude, my lifelong friendship, and my unconditional love.
Save it for when you try to hook up at AA or the Salvation Army or wherever you end up rotting. I only want money, or you can take your god-awful music elsewhere.
I think I've got about $1,000. Is 50 okay?
No, 1,000 will do for me. It's a done deal, kid. You get the salmon, the mat for rolling up the sushi, the chopsticks, and the algae. And I'll take care of the rest.
Okay.
Are you ready? My questions are somewhat personal.
Well, in that case, we could start playing our old game again. But backward. Every time you open your mouth, you give me another reason to feel sorry for your pathetic self and put an end to your sorry, meaningless existence. Considering the vegetative state of your brain, it would be a true act of euthanasia.
Maybe... you know what's those?
Wait a sec.
How much? Times with you seem to last as infinitely as your stupidity. They have no end.
He's about to leave.
Do you know Wazowski's theory about why bears scratch themselves?
I'm not just familiar with it. The theory is actually mine. I'm the one who discovered that female bears in heat scratch birch trees to get the sap out. It's as sweet as honey and can be used to make syrup. I noticed that right afterward, they rub their back against the tree to get all covered in it. Then a bear comes along, smells her back, gets on top of her to enjoy the delicacy, and well, nature takes care of the rest. But I don't care about Wazowski stealing the theory from me. I'm used to that kind of thing. Plus, the poor devil has to get some kind of enjoyment.
That's actually surprisingly nice.
Wazowski says you hit him, blindfolded him, and gave him tarantula venom.
Wazowski is an imbecile. He was so drunk he fell down the stairs in his own house, so I threw him over my shoulder and dragged him back up. I put a wet rag on his forehead and eyes to lower his fever, but the guy started to get delirious and spewed a bunch of nonsense about his theory on bears. Then I made him a nice broth out of Terra Brachula, a harmless brachiopod, and left him sleeping. The rest is a product of his moronic imagination.
Huh.
Are you barefoot because you don't own any shoes? Or did you make some sort of vow?
Is that what you think? Well then, let's just say I made a promise never to reveal why I go barefoot. Go figure that one out, kid.
You're gonna lose those feet.
It looks like your shower isn't working right. Or your washing machine, for that matter.
You're calling me a pig, aren't you? Well, get over it. I smell like myself, like a human being. In other words, what I'm supposed to smell like. If I'm not mistaken, you smell like body milk, shaving mousse, aloe vera gel, conditioner, artificial aromas B303, F507, and H452, along with any perfume made from camel sweat that happens to be in fashion. Conclusion, the only dirty pig here is you, and you spent a fortune to get that way on top of it.
I think we should talk about more important things, Archibald.
I shudder to think what type of things are important to you.
Thanks, Archibald. I'll be seeing you.
That's a true threat coming from you.
You know what?
But how will I find you?
Just whistle, if you know how. But you'd
Thanks.
better not bother me without a good reason.
This feels like one of those old movies. If I whistle, he'll come running. What a nut! Great. The important thing is to focus on getting the ingredients this guy needs to make the sushi for me. It's occurred to me that this leaf I picked up for Rutger could be used as nori. What a relief. One less thing to worry about.
Okay, so I got the nori. I need the algae, the mat, and I don't know. Can you take the axe yet?
Nah, if I need it.
Oh, maybe I can chop the wood.
It's not the most ideal tool, but if I cut it in just the right spot, maybe I could carve something resembling chopsticks. Well, it can't hurt to try.
Do it! Hit it! Slice! That works.
Look at that. I did a pretty good job.
I shouldn't laugh at the pain of animals, but it was so unexpected. I need to get into this trunk somehow. Can this work?
The trunk seems too sturdy. It'll never work. Seems to be made of oak or some similar wood.
Well, let's see. Shivel.
That's used to take the ash out of the heater. No, let's...
Boots.
I doubt I'll be... And if I need to walk on ice sometime, I could always turn to the good old tennis racket technique, or use anything resembling it.
Huh. Let's see. Can't think of anything I really need from here. Then again, I don't know what else is here. In this trunk.
I can't open it. There's a padlock.
Maybe I can steal the key from Ben.
Listen, Ben.
Well, what's on your mind?
I'd like to ask you for a few cooking-related items.
Sure, my friend. If I have them, they're yours.
A mat use.
A mat used to make the sushi and rolls.
No, chum. The only mats I have are for camping. And go figure, because I've been to Japan, but the only thing I brought back was a sign with some kanji on it. I think the symbols mean peace, wisdom, love, common sense, and something else. I like it because it defines my personality and my lifelong principles.
A sign?
Fresh salmon.
You know, I had a salmon steak that Chow gave me, you know, Professor Simon's cook, but this morning my stomach started to growl and, well, I fed it to the bears. Yeah, that's it. The real, honest truth. You bet your bear hide.
I don't think you're gonna have everything I need, so just forget it.
It's up to you.
Well, bye.
Okay.
Get the sign.
Right idea. I could use it as a mat to roll up the sushi.
Yep.
It'll be easier to carry if I roll it up.
I know you said it has a sign, but it's clearly it can be used as a mat. That just means I need the salmon itself. Now, let's see. Can I hit the... Hit it with the hockey stick.
I don't get...
Let's give it to him. See what he wants with it.
I don't think...
There's gotta be a way break that leg so I can catch a fish. Oh,
Great idea! I'll make a hole in the ice.
now I can do it. Okay. I thought it could.
Let's get to work.
I thought it needed something else to run, but whatever.
Oh, yeah. I forgot the chainsaw's gas tank is dry as a bone. I'll have to forget about making the hole till I get some fuel.
Oh. Oh, maybe I can. The beer.
Those look like perfume bottles. Newborn bear essence. They appear to be the essences that Wazowski was talking about.
Take one.
Now, don't take this the wrong way, but I bet some she-bear and heat pheromones could come in handy. I'll have to make sure not to spill a single solitary drop. Smelling like that goop with wild bears roaming around is the last thing I need.
That is true.
It's filled with beer.
Wait, what's this?
That's the bottle that zany chef tossed at me. Multi-purpose bleach.
Oh.
Yeah, I think I've earned it. It isn't full, but there's quite a bit left. Luckily, it's closed tight and didn't break when that nutcase threw it at me.
Put it in the gas tank?
That won't do any good. I'll just approximate the amount of oil. Maybe it's my lucky day.
Oh. Oil in the gas tank.
Well, now my little mixture is all ready.
I would think oil the chainsaw, whatever.
Well, let's hope I made the mixture with the right proportions. Yes! It works! But I better turn it off for the time being.
Okay, I get what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna go down to the bottom of the lake, get a bear head, I guess, and then, bleach it, and I'll give it to him as a mask. That's kind of fucked up.